Hey guys, Mike here from 100 Heroes. I want to thank you all for watching. Um, I'm going to go over some of the comics that I'm going to be submitting for my next CGC. So when I look for comics, I look everywhere, like probably all you guys do. You know, hit the local comic shops, hit garage sales, flea markets, even Goodwills, and that's where this stack that I'm going to show you came from. I got this stack of comics at the Goodwill. Pretty good price. Paid about $1 a piece for these. Some of them are good. Some of them might not be your cup of tea. But I'm going to go over these books. I have 17 of these, and they're the Marvel Legend reprints. So some of these are pretty good books. Some of these are okay books. But yeah, I picked up like 17 of these, still attached to the figure backboards. They're all $1 a piece. So, and they had more there, but a lot of them, if you're familiar with these books, they had the figures attached to them with the plastic covering, you know, that held the figure and stuff. And a lot of times they got damaged up here in this area where the plastic squeezed the book. Sometimes it bent the book. But it's not common to find these books with like color breaks up in this area. But regardless, you know, if it doesn't break the color, it'll definitely have like a bend up in this area. So I'm going to go over the books with you, give them a press, and then at the end of the video, I'm going to show you which books out of this stack of 17 is going to make the cut. I don't think all 17 are going to make the cut. Probably some of these have little color breaks that I can't really see through the plastic. But I'll show you the total 25 book submission that I'll be submitting. So the first one that I'm going to submit is Iron Man 149. This is from the series 1 of Marvel Legends. So I don't think there's, you know, anything special about this comic itself, or any of these pretty much that I'm going to be showing you. Some of them are some key X-Men books, some older ones. That's about it. But basically these are just Marvel Legends, you know, so I've had some in the past and I do pretty well on them. An example like this one here, if you see the Captain America back there, I've had that one at 9.6 and that one sold for $100. So they do pretty good if you could get a 9 out of these books. But that's the first one, Iron Man, number 149, Dr. Doom cover. The next book is part of Series 2, and it's Fantastic Four number 247. I believe this is a John Byrne cover with Dr. Doom on the cover. And this came with the Dr. Doom action figure, as you can see on the back. The next one is also from Series 2, and this is Fantastic Four number 233. And this one came with the Human Torch figure. Yeah, I'm not sure if there's any significance with that comic issue itself, but that's that one. This one here, this is Prince Namor, the Savage Submariner, number 67. So this is a reprint of one of the older Silver Age books, and this came with the Namor action figure. So, like I said, some of these I'm going to keep for myself. Some of these I'm definitely going to flip to help recover the cost of the submission. This one here is probably going to be, if it comes back 9.8, this one here is going to probably stay in my collection. I just like the book. It's a cool classic cover there. This next one is Series 3, and there's nothing really significant about this one. It's just a Magneto cover. It's from X-Men number 2, the Jim Lee era there from 1991. Yeah, I mean, you could still pick up a copy of this book, the original copy, in relatively probably the dollar bins, you know. Will the Toy Biz one command a little higher price because it comes with the action figure? I don't know. But we'll see. The one thing I did notice about this one is when you look on the back of that, it shows it's supposed to come with a Magneto Rex comic, but you can see it clearly didn't. It came with X-Men number 2. So the next one here we have is X-Men Series 3. And this is an Uncanny X-Men number 133. So again, this came with the Wolverine figure. And and one of the books that if it does come back 9.8, it'll probably be staying in my collection. I do have one of these in my, I have the original copy in my collection already. I don't think it's a 9.8. I haven't gotten it graded yet. I probably will one day, but I don't think it's a 9.8. I read the heck out of it when it came out, so it's pretty well read. Now this next one, this is from series 4, and I'm not quite sure which comic this came from. This one is just called The Beast. If you look up here, it says X-Men number 3 featuring The Beast. It's a Jim Lee cover. I'm not sure which comic this is. I'm going to have to open it up. Inside the indica, it'll tell me what book this is a reprint of. Sometimes they did give alternate covers. If you saw my first video, I have a Marvel Legends. I think it's X-Men, Uncanny X-Men 258, where they did an alternate cover for the Legend figures, and it was a Psylocke figure, and that one's way better than the original cover that came out on the direct or newsstand, however you want to say, comic shop. The Marvel Legend cover, far superior, way better cover. So I think they did the same thing with this one. I'll be curious to see when I crack it open, pull it out to give it a press and see what comic this came out of. But seeing how it's a different cover, or at least one that I'm not too familiar with, I'm probably going to keep it in my collection. This next one is Series 5, and this is the Blade. This came with the Blade figure. This is Blade number 2. It has a Wesley Snipes photo cover on it, which is pretty cool. I'm not sure if this is a comic. This is another one I'm still not too sure about if it's a comic or not, until I crack it open and look at the indica inside. But again, like this one here, if you look on the back, it shows it was supposed to be with a different comic that came with the figure. Probably one of those last minute changes after production came and all that stuff. So, I'm kind of curious to see what this one's going to be like. The next one I have is a Silver Surfer. It says number 11. I'm not sure if that's Silver Surfer number 11. I'm not too familiar with the various, covers of Silver Surfer unless it's one of the key covers. But yeah, and again, it came with the Silver Surfer. It looked like it came with the Silver Surfer Howard Duck on it. That's what I'm seeing on the back cover here. But it's one of the nice, it looks like from one of the Silver Age runs. And again, if this comes back 9.8, I'll probably keep it. So this next one is Fantastic Four number 60. This is not an old comic. It's from the Series 5 figures here. But this is, I think, the Mike Ringo cover when he was doing the run. So it's not, you could tell, it's not one of the older covers from Fantastic Four. Not too sure if it's significant. I think this was, when it first came out, it was one of those 25-cent issues to try and get new readers on board. But yeah, I don't think there's anything significant about this issue at all. I'm just not sure. But it came with the Mr. Fantastic action figure. There's that one. This one here is from X-Men number 6, the Jim Lee run from 91. And you could tell it's the same cover that came out with the original comic back then. Again, it's the original comic in 9.8 is probably about a $75 book, if that. So, I'm not sure if the Toy Biz reprint will get the same amount, maybe a little bit more. Who knows? Sometimes these reprints do go for more than the originals because they're just harder to grade because of the defects you get on the sides of them there and stuff. So this next one, this is Avengers number 223, classic cover there. With Ant-Man being shot by Hawkeye there. This came with the Hawkeye action figure. And I believe this is the actual comic itself has one of the Taskmaster appearance. I believe he's in this book. But yeah, just a classic cover that's been redone in an homage format quite a few different times. So it's pretty cool. I like the cover. And I think you can still pick up the actual original cover of this in 9.8 at a good price still. But still, I like this. I like the cover. It'll stay with me. It should come back 9.8. So the next one I have is Nightcrawler from the Galactic series. So this is not really a comic book from what I recall. I think it's like a poster book. And again, until I crack it open and pull it out and look at the indica, I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty confident it's like a poster book. Whereas it's not really a comic, but I'll have to take a look at it. And so I'm sure CGC still grades this stuff. They'll annotate it as such. Yeah. So the next one from the Galactic series is Uncanny X-Men 117. Now I can tell you right now, this one is going to stay in my personal collection. This book here came with the Professor X action figure in his wheelchair. But this is the book that got me started on Uncanny X-Men many years ago. When I was a kid, we pulled into the gas station. Lived up in Northern California. We were making a trip from my hometown up there to Santa Rosa, go through a little town called Calistoga, stop for gas at I think it was Arco AM/PM. Run in, they had the comic rack. On the comic rack, they had a 3-pack of comics. Grabbed it up. I think it was like $1. This was one of the comics in there. I couldn't even tell you what the other 2 comics were, but I remember this one. This one was in there. Read it, and I was hooked ever since. Read X-Men, Uncanny X-Men. I read it from probably 117 here, all the way to about 300. I think issue 300 is where I kind of jumped off. I was starting to get a little convoluted, just a little too much, and I decided to step back from X-Men around that point, and that was that. So that's where my run pretty much focuses on, from 117 up to 300. So, but yeah, again, this is gonna stay in the collection. So the next one, again from the Galactus series, this is Daredevil 132. It's his second appearance of Bullseye. Again, it's a book that comes back 9.8. I'll probably keep this in my collection just to have it. Kind of like the cover. It's pretty cool. And let's see here. A couple more. Next one I have is not even Uncanny. It's X-Men 243. It's the Inferno storyline, and I believe this came with the Mr. Sinister action figure. It was part of the Sentinel line that they did for the figures. Came with like I said, the Mr. Sinister figure. You could get this book relatively cheap still at 9.8 original copy, so I don't anticipate this one being any different. So it's not going to be a keeper, that's for sure. And the last one I have is from Sentinel, Uncanny X-Men 201, and this is the Baby Nathan storyline. Later becomes Cable, all that stuff, and again, I'll probably keep this one. It came with the Cyclops action figure. Comes back 9.8. I'll keep this one in my collection. So that's it. And like I said, I picked up a whole run of these at the Goodwill. I run, a couple times a year. I'll hit the Goodwill every, maybe once or twice a month, and I run into some good books at the Goodwill. I picked all those up for for $1 a piece. So for $17, I got all those. I've had the Marvel Legend books in the past. I've done very well on them. So I anticipate some of these will probably do pretty well too. But yeah, I'm gonna pull them out, take a look at them, press them. The ones that make the cut, will get shipped off. I'm gonna come back in a few minutes here. I'm gonna show you which books made the cut, and then I'm gonna show you the rest of the books, because I do 25 book submissions. So I'll just show you the other books that I'm gonna submit to CGC for my next submission. So be right back. Hey guys, so I'm back. So a few minutes ago, you just saw me. I had a bunch of the Marvel Legend books. I can't remember how many I had, but I had a bunch of them. I was gonna pull them out of the backboard, press them, and send a couple of those to CGC. Well, as it turned out, when I went through them, it just goes to show how important it is. You got to take the comics out of the bags, because the bags are so deceiving when you're looking at them. Out of that stack that I showed you, one book is going to be going out to CGC for that to get graded. The rest of them, they had once you took them out of the bag, you could see defects on them, like spine ticks that broke color, so you can't press that stuff out. Some of them I'm gonna have to put in a little humidity into it. They should press out okay, but I didn't want to do that right now. I just want to do a quick press on the books, get them shipped off, because it's been about a month since my last submission. I like to try and do a submission of 25 books a month, if not more. So it's been a while. So it's I just wanted to get a quick batch out. So I'm going to show you what I am sending off. So this first book here, this is a Ren and Stimpy. This is number 1. This was a reject from my last pre-screen. I had these selected for 9.4 and above. So I looked at it. It looked really good to me. When I went through it, it had the microchamber paper in there. So that kind of told me that it was probably right there at that 9.4 cutoff. So I pulled the microchamber out. I looked at it again. I gave it another press. I mean, it looks really good. So I'm going to send it off again and see what it does. I mean, I'm thinking, to me, it looks like it should be a 9.698, but we'll see. Who knows? Maybe I'll get a different grader and they'll agree with that grade. We'll see. This is another book. This is Adventure Time. It's one of the Virgin covers. I think this is number 13, if I'm not mistaken. It's on the back. I don't want to pull it out. It has a black cover. I just don't want to touch it and get all smudgy after it's already been cleaned and pressed and everything like that. This might be the comics and cards variation. But yeah, other than that, it's just a variant cover. Pretty cool cartoons. Ran for quite a few years. Just thought I'd submit that and see how it does. And then this is another one that I'm doing. This is, I think it's number 30. I might have a mix up. One is 13, one is 30. This is variant cover C, I believe. And again, just, you know, I like the cartoon. It's pretty cool, pretty funny. Has a good following. It's actually one of the few cartoons that ran for many years on Cartoon Network. So I'm going to see how that one does. All right, so this next one here is from the Kickstarter campaign they did for the boys. So for this one, I just got the Virgin covers. I got cover 1. I think this is cover 3. Then I have a cover 7. These are the Virgin covers. And then I got the Dear Becky's. So now I press my own books. I don't press anybody else's books. And I'm thinking about doing a video on why I don't press other people's books, because I had number 1 of this, totally effed it up. I mean, it's messed it up big time. Again, I've been pressing probably since about 2012. I taught myself how to do it. There was really no videos back then in 2012 on pressing books, so it was pretty much just learn as you go. And this one really, I did it the normal press way that I do with these kind of books. And it just shocked me. Totally messed the book up. It's a shame. So these I kind of just gave a cold press to. So we'll see how they do. I mean, they look pretty good, but we'll give them a shot. A lot of these books I'm going to pre-screen. 9.8. The Ren and Stimpy one, I put that one at 9.6. So we'll see. This is number 7, Virgin cover for the boys, the Kickstarter edition. Yeah, we'll see how it does. After I messed up that last number 1, I didn't want to put these in the press. I probably put it in too long. Honestly, I believe I did, because I forgot it was in there. Cooked it just a little too much. It came out awful. I'll do a separate video on that. This is the boys, Dear Becky, number 2. This was so when you bought the 3 books, I think this is one of the freebies that came along with it. After it meets so many tiers, you start getting free stuff. So I believe this was one of the free ones. I can't remember. Get those going. This is the Shi versus Tomo, and you know I like Tushi. He's a great dude. I love his work, love his art, love his books. So I thought I'd get this one done. This will and a lot of these books here that I just went over. A lot of these I'm probably not gonna keep. Some of them I will. You know, a lot of these I submit books. I pay for the books that I'm gonna keep. The rest of them I flip, and like I say, it helps pay for the submission. So, but this is if it comes, you know, I again pre-screen 9.8. So if it comes back, it's gonna be my personal collection. Just love his artwork, love his books. So that one's there. Next one is Star Wars Legacy number 6, Adam Hughes cover. yeah, these are good books. These are really hot right now. I don't think number 6 is in demand like the other issues are. Um, but yeah, big Adam Hughes fan. Love the cover. So again, if this comes back 9.8, it's going to be in my collection. So next one is Volume 2 of the Star Wars Legacy. Got 2 of these. Not really a big book right now, but I'll get them graded again, $50 if they come back 9.8 at least. Haven't decided if I'm going to keep one yet or not, or just flip them both. I'll decide later when they come back if they come back 9.8. So this is another book. I got two issues of the same one on this. This is Batman Adventures. Oh no, my last issue. That's what he's screaming. So yeah, I mean, I didn't grow up on this, but my son and I have a lot of good memories. My son and I, we watched this cartoon together. Awesome Batman cartoon. It's just great. So I started collecting these series. For one, these were kids' books when they came out in the early 90s. Kids trash these books. So a lot of these, I mean, they're out there. But, definitely, for this time frame, if it came up to one of the Superman Doomsday books compared to this, these are going to be a lot harder to find. Just the way it is, because kids read these, kids trashed them. How many adult collectors actually kept these in their collection? Probably not many at all. Yeah, it was an awesome cartoon, one of the best, one of the original ones there. And I'm collecting this run. I don't know if I have this one. If I do, man, it'll get flipped. They're good flip books if you have them. Usually for these books, probably 75 to 100 plus if they come back in 9.8. So not bad at all. I can't remember if I have that. I got to look at my census and see what I have, or my registry to see if I have that one. I think I do, but I'm not sure. So I got 2 good copies there. Send them both off. If I keep one, great. If not, then fine too. Next one is the DC Milestone icon. Milestone is hot. So I get these books graded whenever I get a chance. If I find them, they're hard to find in good condition because I don't know, they just are. Plus the other issues, the higher end issues. You see a lot of the number 1s. Of course, that's what everybody wants. But the later issues they're kind of hard to come across in good condition. At least for me, they are. So when I find them, I pick them up. Nothing special about this book other than it's the Milestone book. And, get 9.8 on this, easy $50 flip, So in this one here is another icon. It's when they did the Worlds Collide crossover. This one has the Superboy crossover with it. So again, I could easily get $50 plus on this book if it comes back at 9.8. So I'm not worried about that. And that's what I do is, I kind of got my threshold here. $50 is what I like to at least sell my 9.8 for. So, if I get 9.8, like a book that's 9.8 and it's only going for like $30, I ain't gonna waste my time on it because it's not worth it. Next book I have here is Supergirl #1. It's the miniseries, and it's a newsstand edition for what it's worth, But this came out with the Reign of Superman. So I'm not sure how it'll do. Give it a shot. I figured, okay, the newsstand editions, people like to collect those oddities like that. So I'll give it a shot, see what it does. Next one is Pit #5. So pretty cool. One of the cool Image books that came out back in, I think it was 94 when this book came out. I think it was 94. But again, newsstand edition. We if you haven't heard about the Image newsstands editions, they're just hard to find and hard to come across. So I have this one. Looks really good. I've had this one before. It came back, I think, at either 9.6 or 9.4. I sold it already a while ago. I had another issue. I'd figure I'd give it a shot and see how it does. Yeah, it should do okay. Next issue I have is a Spawn 73. First appearance of this guy. I can't remember who he is. But yeah, first appearance of that guy. Spawn's hot. Spawn's always been hot. I just got my my Kickstarter figures in the other day. They look awesome, really freaking awesome. Excited about those. Um, but yeah, just got this. So far, I'm looking at this stack that I'm sending off. I don't have too many keepers yet, but sometimes that's how it goes. But yeah, I'm not going to keep this book if it comes back 9.8. So we'll see how it does. All right, so this is the only book that from the Marvel Legends series that I showed previously that came out okay, and it's this one, the Savage Submariner, number 67. So it's a reprint, obviously. This one, I don't know. I might keep it. I like the cover. It's a pretty cool cover. I don't know. Let's see how it goes. If it comes back 9.8, I just might keep this one. I'm not sure yet. It's still up in the air. This one, these I pick up because I know I could sell them and make some good money off of them. These are the X-Force books. These were part of the Executioner song that came with the polybag, came with the card. Yeah, again, I could easily double my money off these coming back as 9.8. So that's why I picked these up. They're like dollar books that I could pick up. I could, unbag them, give them a press, flip them for about 50 plus, and easy make some money that'll pay for my submission. And then there's the next issue. This is number 17. I think that was 16. This is number 17. Same thing. It was a dollar book. Picked it up, gave it a press. Should be able to do. There's somebody out there that's going to pay 50 plus for this book in 9.8 position. Especially now the way comics are going. It's just insane the way graded comics have been going. So I don't know. We'll see. So this is X-Men. I think it's 234. Awesome cover. So, I'm hoping this comes back in 9.8. This will stay in my collection here. Not sure about this one. Again, I'm pre-screening this one. 9.6 or above. So there's only two. The rest I have pre-screened at 9.8. Two of them I have at 9.6. And it's this one and it's the Ren and Stimpy. And only because I know a Ren and Stimpy at 9.6, I could do 50 bucks easy on those. So I'm not worried about that. This one, I'm hoping for 9.8. If it is, I'm going to keep it. Again, at 9.6, I probably won't keep it, but I could easily get pretty close to 50, maybe 45 bucks for it, so it's okay. Next one is Uncanny X-Men 281. Now, this is the new team where the new team starts. 282, of course, is the best one with Bishop on the cover, but, this is where the new team, this is where they kind of did the refresh on the team and stuff. I've had this book graded before, probably a couple years ago. It's not bad. I picked up a bunch of these at the Goodwill for like $1. Maybe 3 years ago. They're all pretty cherry mint. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I'll keep it or not. I got several more of these. I might just, if it does good, I'll let it go. I got plenty more in the collection. That's the thing. I got plenty more of these things, and I'm sure many other people do too. But if the market's hot right now for them, I'll let them go. This next one, Uncanny X-Men number 1, or not Uncanny X-Men, X-Men number 1. Jim Lee cover, millions of these printed, but for some reason, and this is the B Storm cover, I sell this easy for 50 bucks plus 9.8. It's just crazy because there's millions of these that were printed out there. And this is just one of the many covers. I think they did the 4 covers in the collector's edition. Covers number 5. Yeah, but I don't know if it for some reason it's getting hot. I don't know if it's just because of the time it is right now. Everything else is going hot, so people are just paying crazy prices. But I think the last one I had went for like 60, little over 60 bucks or something. I don't know. So we'll see. This one here, this was another one that was in my last submission. The Solar, it did not make the cut. I had this one pre-screened at 9.8. I pulled it out. I looked at it. It looked really good. Again, this is another one that had the microchamber paper already inside. So that tells me that the pre-grader looked at it, thought it was going to make the cut. Second person probably looked at it, saw something, it's not going to make the cut for whatever reason. So I looked at the book. It looked pretty good to me. So I figured, okay, took the microchamber paper out, gave it another press. I looked it over. I didn't see anything wrong with this book. So I'm going to try again and see what happens with it, see what comes about. So that's for that. And the last book in my submission, um, if you saw my other unboxing, I got a big collection of the turtle Archie, what are they, Turtle Adventures from Archie. So this is the 1994 special Jeff Smith cover. If you don't know Jeff Smith, he does the Bone series. Pretty cool. Yeah, so I picked this up at the local comic shop for like $3, probably about a year ago. They got a big run of the Turtle Adventure books. Picked up a lot of them. They were all marked $3 a piece. So I picked them up. This one looks really good. So I got this one pegged for 9.8. I hope. I mean, it should come back. I hope it does. If it does, it's definitely going to the personal collection. Even a 9.6, I'll keep this in my personal collection. So that's it. Yeah. So again, it just goes to show how misleading when you're looking at the books when they're still in the bags and boards, or just even bags, how misleading looking for defects can be. The book looks good, then you take it out, then you see the waves, or you see some color breaking on the spine that you couldn't see through the bag, or you just see bends that you couldn't see through the bag. So, I'll get a lot of these books like that, and then you go through them, and then you just see a lot of defects, a lot more than you had previously seen when you picked it up. So, and they're either going to be pressable or they're not going to be pressable. So, like the Marvel Legend books that I showed you, there was quite a few in there when I pulled them out that are not, they're not pressable. They're pressable, but not going to fix anything. So that's it. Want to thank you for watching. And when they come back, it looks like they're taking about 2 months now, if not longer, for the pre-screens. These will probably, by the time they get these and they come back, it's probably going to be 3 months. So, stay tuned. In 3 months, I'll have an unboxing and we'll see how it does. So I want to thank you all for watching. Hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, hit that notification button so when I drop new content, you get notified. And leave a comment. Let me know what you think. So that's pretty much it. I want to thanks again for watching. Take care. Out.